again, part 4, it'll be pretty simple. It'll give us a good review of some of the steps that we did last time, and then we'll do part 5, the back frame tube, which will give us a lot more tools than we've used before. So I held the mouse wheel down, move that around. Let's go to top view. So we're going to do side base tubes. This is going to connect the front and back frame at the base. Let's go left click sketch, left click top view, sketch 9. We see top plane and sketch 9 here. Left click center point circle, hover over the center until it highlights it, drag that out, left click the dimension tool, left click the edge of center point circle. We want that 0.73. Hit enter. Close that out. And let's go to front plane. Left click on sketch, left click front plane, left click the line tool, hover over the center, left click, drag that out, left click again. Right. As you drag that away, hit escape. Left click the dimension tool, left click and drag that out. Got the dimension tool. We're going to set that at 7 inches. Hit enter. I'm going to use the wheel to drag that out. Close sketch 10. Left click on the edge of the cube. That'll get us to isometric view. Let's go to sweep. Left click on the circle. Select sweep path. Left click on the line. Make sure it's solid, new, face of sketch 9 and edge of sketch 10. Check mark to close that out. We're going to right click on part 4. We're going to keep part 4 in the name. And this will be the side base tube. That was the same color as before. All right, pretty simple. Head and turn the visibility off for the part 4. Let's go to isometric view, left click top view, left click sketch, left click top view, left click center point circle, hover over the center, drag that out, left click on the dimension tool, left click on the edge, 0.73, hit enter, close that out, left click on the edge here, left click front plane, small, use the wheel to scroll out. So you can hold the wheel down on the mouse and drag that down. If you roll the wheel without holding it down, it'll scroll in and out. Left click sketch, left click front plane, left click line tool, hover over the center, drag that out. Let's go about 2 inches. We're going to resize that. And then left click, drag away, hit escape. Let's go over to sketch fillet, left click here, left click. We want radius of the bend to be 1, hit enter. So hit enter again, it'll set it. I'm going to drag this down so it'll be out of the way because we're going to change this length if it's not long enough. Left click sketch fillet, left click here, left click here. Want to keep that at 1 inch, so hit enter. Want to go 1 inch. And I want to drag that R1 out here on this side to show the radius of the bend. Hit enter. Right, so now let's go to the dimension tool. Let's set this to be exactly 1 inch because the connections we make where this part is going to insert into the front part of the frame is 1 inch thick. So we need to make sure a straight piece is exactly 1 inch. Down here, same thing. We want that set at 1 inch. So the bottom piece it's going to insert in is 1 inch. Want to make sure this is long enough, so we're going to go 33 inches. And we may have to adjust these. Scroll that out using the wheel so we can see our dimensions. The only thing we've got to do now is adjust our angle. Let's start at the angle here. And left click here. Left click on the longer piece and let's go left click again, 168. That'll set our other dimension. We're still going to look to see what it is. So we're going to left click here, but it's not going to let us change it. And that's going to be 102. Hit enter, and we'll leave it like that. So now that we've got our dimensions set, let's look at this. So we did the overall length. We drew out the line from the circle. Now what we need to do, once we've got radius of the bend set, degree of the bend set, and length of the tube and the segments of those bends, now we need to sweep it. Left click on the check mark. Let's go to sweep. We're going to scroll in using the wheel. We're going to go to isometric view, scroll in. Now this is where you got to be careful or it'll mess up. You have to get each segment. So we're going to select the circle. On swept path, if you make a mistake, it's going to be more than likely on this. It needs to be solid, new, face of sketch 11. That was for the center point circle. Left click on that first segment. Left click on this smaller segment. That's where you're going to mess up, is on these smaller segments. If you get an error, that's where it's going to be at. Left click on the longer segment, and that's why we need to zoom in to make sure we are selecting each one. Left click here, left click on that final segment once you highlight it. So it should be sweep 5, solid, new, face of sketch 11, select all those paths. Left click on the check mark, go to front. Let's look at that. I'm going to scroll out. There we go. So now we've got part 5 created. We're going to right click. We're going to rename back frame tube. Right click on that again after you hit enter. We're going to go to edit appearance. We're going to make it silver and then close that out. So that's all we're going to do on this one. Got to learn some new skills: sketch fillet, angles, radius of the bend with sketch fillet. And then we will create additional parts in the next video.